Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Is this going to be a show to remember? Everybody, welcome. Everybody, we are live. It is Friday, October 17th, and this is your top story brought to you by Nez Nation Live. I'm your host, Professor Nez. This is the show you can see at the top of the screen, or if you're listening on a podcast, this is the show where we make common sense go viral. And today, we're going to go through and break down exactly what is going on with the 18-count indictment that was just launched against John Bolton, former Trump security advisor. You can see on the screen right now the entire 26-page document. Holy macadamia nut. It is an absolute doozy. Come on in, everybody. Let me know where you're joining me from, what city, what state, what country. I love hearing from y'all. I have broken this down. You don't have to read the 26-page indictment. I've broken it down into 3 separate sections, which I'm going to share with you. Essentially, I'm going to give you the full context. I'm going to give you the full timeline. I'm going to talk about the 18-count felony onslaught. What are the most damning? And then the most important information of all, what does this mean for next steps? So I always do this. If you want a free copy of our research notes in full transparency, I do all the research, so you don't have to. But if you'd like to check them out, there is a free copy. I always give them away for free. You guys know this, in the pinned comment and in the description down below and the show notes. So if you want a copy of that, by all means. Also, if you wanted to read the entire 26-page indictment, you can just find it anywhere. This is a PDF that I have on the screen right now. Just Google John Bolton indictment, and you can find it that way. However, my free notes are available. Okay, so I want to share a couple of things before we get into the breakdown, and I'm going to explain everything for you. So hang out, tap that thumbs up. If you're watching on the replay, give me a capital TR in the comments for Team Replay and let me know when, where you're watching this. What device are you watching on? Your laptop, your computer, TV, what city, state? I love hearing that. But first, here's what I want to talk about. I want to share this 2023 video. Oh, how karma is a beautiful thing, Nez Nation. This 2023 video, I got a couple of videos of Mr. John Bolton, just absolutely delighted, as the great Theodore Roosevelt used to say, about Trump's indictment by Jack Smith. He was really thrilled. Here he is right here. Listen to what he says about Trump's indictment by Jack the Ripper Smith. Check this out right here.
I think it's a devastating indictment. It's very powerful in the way that it's portrayed, but it's also very narrow, very targeted. The government didn't throw everything and the kitchen sink at the wall. It has focused this in a way that I think, as a matter of law, is going to be very difficult for the president to resist. I think the real question is the question of timing and scheduling. You know, if Donald Trump were an honest man, if he were an innocent man, he'd be saying, I want the trial within 30 days. I want this cloud removed from over my head. I want this stain on my reputation removed. So we'll wait and see what Donald Trump does. I think he'll try and postpone it to after the 2024 election. So my suggestion to Jack Smith and the Justice Department is go lean on the Manhattan District Attorney and get him to move his trial until after the election. This trial should take precedence. We'll find out whether Alvin Bragg is a real prosecutor or a political hack. The answer to their complaint about a double standard, the question they should be asked is, even though Biden has escaped scot-free, Clinton has escaped scot-free, fill in the blank has escaped scot-free, is the answer to the double standard to let Donald Trump escape scot-free? Is the answer to the double standard to revert to no standard at all? I think that's wrong.
Yeah, I'm sure you do, pal. I am sure you think that's wrong. Oh, my God. If President Trump has proven anything, my fellow Americans, fellow global citizens. We have such a vast audience, people joining us from Australia, New Zealand, South Africa, the Philippines, Europe, South America, Bolivia. I mean, everywhere. North America, Canada. We love all of you guys. Thank you so much for being here. President Trump, they tried to throw everything at him in the kitchen sink, right? They tried to debank him, smear him, defame him, imprison him, convict him. They tried to assassinate him. The deep state was so terrified, Letitia, they threw everything. They threw Fannie Willis. They threw Letitia Big Shane James. They threw Alvin Do Nothing Bragg. They threw Judge Gargamel. They threw Jack the Ripper Smith. They threw James Comey, Christopher Wray, John Bolton, his former security advisor. They were scared to death. President Trump has revolutionized American politics. And I know with a capital F fact, I know capital P positively that our forefathers are looking down in such awe, admiration, and they can finally now rest in peace. This deep state, do nothing, which actually it's on both sides of the aisle, not just the Hippocrats and the Democrats. You got a lot of do nothing Republicans like this Rand Paul guy. I mean, for crying out loud. This guy's crying on X. He's crying on X about, oh, President Trump, why are you blowing up these boats that are smuggling in life-destroying contraband? Why are you doing this? I don't understand. This guy has done nothing for his entire political career. He is a nothing. Yeah, sometimes I like what he says. Yeah, sometimes he makes sense when he was going after Fauci, but what comes of it? It's all talk. So I'm speaking from a perspective of somebody who loves America, whose heart bleeds red, white, and blue. And Trump has shown the entire world. This guy has done more in the last 7, 8, 9 months than any of these people have done in their entire abysmal career. That's why Comey's scared. Schiff is scared. That's why they keep on ratcheting up their violent rhetoric. That's why they keep on calling them Nazis, fascists, etc., etc. Fetterman, the Democrat, now they're trying to oust him. How dare you, Fetterman? Speak the truth. This guy from Pennsylvania. Okay, the list goes on, but after watching that video, it's just so heartening to see what's happened. President Trump has revolutionized politics. I don't even call him Republican. I don't call him conservative. I don't call him liberal. I don't call him Democrat. I don't even know if I would call him a moderate. He is somebody who I relate to in such a robust, profound way because labels mean nothing. Action and success will bring the country together, and he has demonstrated that to a T. God bless you and God bless America. Here's John Bolton. Speaking of classified info, here's a quick one. I mean, this guy did a media blitz all over. Here's John Bolton talking about, oh, this is a serious offense. I just want to show you these videos because you might be saying, Nez, why don't you get to the analysis? I'm going to get to the analysis. Trust me, I'm going to get to the analysis. And it's going to be very, very detailed, specific, evidentiary, and concrete. However, this is who they are, y'all. You've got Letitia Big Shame James crying, political weaponization. You got Obama saying this is a kangaroo court when this guy was the architect of the Russia 10-year-long coup, lie, defamation on a sitting president. And the Democrats hail him as the messiah of their party. This is their messiah, the divider in chief. Then they put a vegetable in chief in there who wasn't even president. You had staffers and God knows who authoring legislation that had unbelievable consequences on American lives, the auto pen. This is who they are. They were so gleeful. They were so happy to get Trump. And when thank God, I love you, America. They look down on us. They think we're so stupid, but you proved them wrong on November 5th, 2024. Here's another video of Bolton being so excited Oh, I'm so excited. This is very, very exciting.
Will have to prove it. Then he has committed very serious crimes. This is a devastating indictment. I speak here as an alumnus of the Justice Department myself, because not only is it powerful, it's very narrowly tailored. They didn't throw everything up against the wall to see what would stick. This really is a rifle shot, and I think it should be the end of Donald Trump's political career.
Oh, is that a fact? Oh, I love karma. Oh, I love karma. Oh, I love karma. So I've got a bunch of videos I could share with you, but let's get right down to it. Essentially, every video is the same. He's saying the same exact thing. This should end his career. Oh, I do want to show you this, though. Disgraced John Bolton surrendering to authority.
Advisor John Bolton.
Here's his perp walk. You got to watch this. This is phenomenal. This was just this morning, John Bolton doing the famous walk of shame. Watch.
Security advisor John Bolton arriving at a United States District Court in Greenbelt, Maryland. He is expected to surrender after being indicted on 18 counts over the alleged mishandling of classified documents.
Oh, I love it. I just love it. Don't you love that? If you love that, give me a yeah in the comments down below. Stick around, all super chats, and thank you, Laura and Jim and Robbie and Howie and MG, China Baby, Ronnie, the best mods in the business. Stick around. I'm going to give you all. Shout outs toward the end. Here is a message before we get cooking. Here is a message from FBI Director Kash Patel, who posted this on X saying, anyone who threatens our national security will be held accountable. Oh, Comey's indicted. Letitia Big Shame James is indicted. Now John Bolton is indicted. And let me tell you something. When I go through the charges, you're going to have your jaw drop to the floor. By the way, real quick, easy poll. Who do you think should be indicted next? You know who I think should be indicted next, but who do you think should be indicted? I think Schiff, that weasel oozing slime snake Schiff, should be indicted. But I would love to hear, who do you think should be indicted? Okay, here we go. Here are my notes. And I'm going to go through this step by step. This is everything you need to know. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. I would love to hear from you guys. Okay. I'm going to try to make this as big as I can so we can read this together. Again, if you want a free copy of this, you can find that in the link. Free. I'm giving away this for absolute free. These are my very own research notes. I'm giving them away for free. President Trump is meeting with Volodymyr Zelensky right now as we speak, but don't worry, I'm going to talk about that too later. Unsealed betrayal, the John Bolton indictment, a fact-checked reckoning. So, on October 16th, a federal grand jury in Maryland dropped a 26-page bombshell, an 18-count indictment against John Bolton, the architect of U.S. foreign policy, for mishandling America's most guarded secrets. Karma is a beautiful mistress. This isn't a dusty footnote. It's a seismic clash of egos and accountability unfolding amid President Trump's second-term crackdown on James Comey and others that we've said. So here's the context, okay? So Bolton's fall, a lifelong GOP hawk who served as UN ambassador under George W. Bush, then clashed with Trump over Syria and Afghanistan. He quit. This guy quit in 2019. Then he wrote this 2020 book, The Room Where It Happened, literally spilling all of the dirty laundry. I mean, absolute disloyal, faithless, deceptive, lying scum shares everything that was classified. He had his top secret clearance revoked, lawsuits ensued, and then 2025, Trump wins Trump is back. And so critics were crying, oh, this is just revenge. But really, when you look at what happened, And this case is in the U.S. District Court for Maryland. Case 825 isn't about one slip. It's a 7-year pattern of willful disregard. Prosecutors say risking spies, strategies, and superpower. So I want to be very, very clear about this, okay? You're not going to get this anywhere else. All across woke media propaganda, they're all saying the same. I mean, even, oh my God, did anybody see that New York mayoral debate last night? What a national travesty. If you watch the New York mayoral debate last night between Cuomo, Silva, and the socialist, Democrat, communist Zohran Mamdani, what a tragedy that was. I could only watch like 30, 40 minutes of it. I had to turn it off. It's like 3 hours long, I think. I feel so sorry for New York. I feel so sorry for New York. I can't wait to get your thoughts on it. Essentially, you've got a guy who's never held a job in his life. You've got a guy who has no clue what he's doing. You've got another guy. They're both BS artists. Cuomo and Mamdani are both BS artists. But I would take Cuomo any day of the week if I had to. The only guy that seems to care about New York and the only guy who would probably make an amazing mayor and really serve the city is just a self-delusional egomaniac in Silva. He should totally drop out of the race. He's less than 3-4 points of the percentage of New York votes. What an absolute tragedy. It's just so sad. But my point is, aside from that, everybody, and this is what Mamdani said last night, everybody is crying, President Trump, because a lot of the questions that the moderators posed to the mayoral candidates was, will you work with Trump? What are you going to do about Trump's ICE? What are you going to do about Trump? Are you going to fight Trump? Are you going to obstruct Trump? Are you not going to work with him? Are you going to defy him? All this BS. Basically making Trump out to be the enemy when the guy he's literally fixing America. He's fixing what this abysmal regime has done for the last 12 of the last 16 years. Obama, Biden, Kamala, all of them. They keep saying the same thing over and over again. This is political weaponization. Oh, they indicted Comey. Political weaponization. Oh, without knowing any of the facts, especially Mamdani, who is literally, it's like my 8-year-old cousin knows more about the world than this guy. Every single turn, every single X post, every single woke media network, they all say the same thing. He's going after Letitia Big Shame James. My God, that's political weaponization. He's indicted James Comey. He's indicted John Bolton. Now he's going after Obama. Then he's going to go after Schiff. This is all political. No, it's not. Look at the facts, and this is what I'm going to share with you. Here is the timeline right here. Okay. So Bolton had top secret clearance. He knew the rules. Classified info stays locked down. But from his White House perch to his post-exit life, he turned it into a digital diary like weekend updates. Okay. April 2018 to September 2019, his NSA tenure, Bolton crafts 1,000+ pages of diary-like entries chronicling Oval Office ops. These aren't memos, folks. They're raw intel, top secret details on U.S. military might, spy networks in Iran, China, Russia, nuclear brinksmanship, and backroom deals that could topple regimes. I mean, this guy literally committed acts of sedition. Ongoing sharing shenanigans via unsecured, this will sound familiar, huh, Hillary? Unsecured AOL email and messaging app. He zaps these two to relatives, 0 clearances. He gives them to 2 relatives. Think about emailing, hey, Aunt Sue, here's tomorrow's drone strike plan over Gmail. Think about that. That's what he did. 2021, he played hack, hide, and seek. Iranian hackers breach his personal email. Bolton tips the FBI, but he forgets, quote unquote, the classified cargo inside. And what happened from that? This was a potential gold mine for Tehran, festering for years. The one regime, the Iranian people are amazing. They're sick and tired of this regime. And actually, if you go back to the Green Revolution in 2008, all of the problems that we now see with Iran, all of the lives killed, all of the oppression, censorship, and tyranny could have all been avoided if Obama, the traitor divider in chief, would have supported the Green Revolution and allowed and helped the people take back their country. But he was too much of a pussy. Just like he's all talk, just like every Democrat. When a tree breathes, oxygen is released. When a Democrat breathes, pure raw sewage pollutes the atmosphere. That is a scientific, biological, physic fact. There's more. Holy mackerel, there is more. So, post office hoarding from 2019 to 2025. He prints and devices with stamped top secret docs all pile up at his home with no permission, no safeguards. And he had the audacity to say in the videos I just presented earlier that Trump committed the crime of the century by having classified docs at his home in Mar-a-Lago, which was all proven to be a sham architected by Jack the Ripper Smith. Karma is a beautiful mistress. August 2025, raid wake up. FBI storms in. Remember the raid in 2025 in August? Hauls out the horde. Probe closes the loop, leading to indictment by special counsel-led team under A.G. Bondi. My fellow Americans, this isn't negligence. It's a breadcrumb trail of willful violations. Bolton, the clearance vet, chose convenience over country. Okay, let's look at the 18 counts. Here's the crazy thing. He's being charged with the 1917 Espionage Act. He just pled not guilty this morning, but this is so serious, y'all. It is so serious. If this guy does not face jail time, I will literally, it's just, I can't even fathom him not experiencing some kind of jail time. The only way he'll avoid this, and I'll tell you how he's going to avoid it. All charges invoke the 1917 Espionage Act, draconian felonies packing up to 10 years apiece. Let me repeat that. 10 years apiece, plus fines and forfeiture. This is a historic first, for an ex-NSA officer. This is not a slap on the wrist, folks. These target national defense NDI information, the lifeblood of U.S. security. And here's the table that breaks it down. So the count type, I do the plain English breakdown and then the gut punch factor. Transmission of NDI documents, 8 counts, which is here's the plain English breakdown. If you want to read the actual indictment, you can. But here's my breakdown. Willfully emailing, messaging classified docs to uncleared relatives, like forwarding nukes via text. Specifics, 8 AOL blasts. AOL, how much of an out of touch? You're using AOL. It's like the most unsecure network on planet Earth. Even my dad, who's in his 80s, uses Gmail now. Here's just a little piece of advice. I love all of you guys, but if you're still using AOL, switch to Gmail for the love of God. 8 AOL blasts with top secret gems on attacks, allies, and adversaries. The most damning is a volume of over 1,000 pages. Legal Eagle Jonathan Turley calls it damning for proving Bolton knew the risks, exposing sources and methods that get agents killed. Precedent? Reality winner got 5 years for less. The second stable of counts, 10 counts of unlawful retention of national defense intelligence documents. You've got mail. That's right. Stashing printed files and gadgets at his home post office like a garage full of crown jewels. Remember the her report with Biden holding classified docs? He said he was too old and feeble to face a real courtroom, yet somehow the Democrats said he was sharp as a tack. Somehow the Democrats thought he was still fit to be president. Somehow the Democrats, the DNC, still saw him fit to run for a second term, which Holly weirdo George Clooney put an end to that real quick, which was obviously propagated by Obama. The most damning, number 2, the 2021 hack non-disclosure, reporting the breach but hiding the classified. That's cover-up calculus per experts. Direct line to foreign foes, turning potential harm into probable peril. Ties to his book. Prosecutors say it shows motive, monetizing mayhem without declassifying. Holy mackerel, this guy's in trouble. The overall knockout here is the willful intent across all counts. No, I forgot evidence, like repeated shares and hack silence. This paints Bolton as arrogant, not absent-minded. Again, Jonathan Turley, who is one of the best legal minds in the country, says this information is classified. He says, quote, this information is classified at the highest levels because this is the kind that can get people killed, end quote. So if it lands, it's not just prison alone, folks. This 1917 Espionage Act includes professional exile. And I can't think of a better person who deserve it. Again, ladies and gentlemen, these are the facts. This isn't political retribution. This isn't revenge. This isn't politicizing the Department of Justice. These are facts. As a matter of fact, I was thinking this last night before I continue. President Trump, if there's any person on planet Earth, wow, I mean, nobody talks about this enough. Let me look at you guys for a second. I've got a little bit more to share, but let me look at you guys for a second. Nobody talks about this, about President Trump. Here is a guy who has every reason to be bitter, vengeful, resentful, hateful, vindictive, which the average normal human being under that kind of duress and stress of the entire United States government being weaponized, the entire apparatus of the media coming after you. Think about that, America. The average human being would fold like a wet napkin. They tried to debank him, smear him, defame him, imprison him, assassinate him. Not once, not twice, maybe even 3 times. And we're still it's still fresh. They just killed my good friend, Charlie Kirk. I still haven't gotten over, I just can't believe it. I still haven't gotten over that. I still haven't really gotten a decent night's sleep because of that. Think about that, y'all. Everything that was thrown at this guy, he has every right to be hateful and spiteful. And yet, he's fixing America. He fixed the border. He fixed the economy. He fixed global tariffs and fair trade, reorienting America on the global landscape. He got rid of men out of women's locker rooms and restrooms and gym clubs and sports. He's fixing, he brokered the largest peace deal in the Middle East for the last 100 years. And that's one of 8-9 conflicts. And he's about to end the Ukraine war that Biden and Obama started. He has every right to be spiteful. Not only is he not spiteful, ladies and gentlemen, not only is he not, I would be vengeful. I'd be vindictive. I'd be like, let's go after these bastards. Are you kidding me? I would. It would definitely get to me. I wouldn't just be like, you know what? We're going to compartmentalize this. We got a lot of work to do. Let's do our work first and we'll deal with that later. No, I'd be like, get after these mother effers. But he's a bigger, more powerful, more competent, more resilient human being than I think anybody will ever fathom. What this guy has done to America, what he's done to politics, what he's done to the entire landscape, it should be studied in political science classes for the next 10,000 years. He revolutionized everything. And the fact that they're so upset at him and they haven't accomplished anything, I'm talking about the Democrats, the Schumer shutdowners, the fact that they are after him, hating him, berating him, spreading false information, lies, vile bile every single day just proves he's doing everything right. Because they're scared to death. They're scared to death that they're next. That's a fact. Oh, don't get me started, folks. Don't get me started. There's not enough time to laud Professor. There's not enough time on this stream or the hours I have left on Earth to talk about what this man has done, how much he has benefited, not just America, but the entire world. Okay, let's talk about this because this is really, really important. Okay. What are the likely outcomes? This is big right here. This is really, really, really big. Okay. So Bolton is no rookie, but at 76 with a spotless record, he does have a little bit of leverage that the Espionage Act does bite hard. Okay. DOJ does have a strong case, and it's leaning towards some serious, harsh consequences. So right now, until the end of the month, he already surrendered at the Greenbelt Courthouse. He put a not guilty plea entered, $250,000 unsecured bond with strings. He must surrender phones, computers, no foreign travel. Sans okay. The arraignment's going to be virtual. Pretrial motions kick off soon under SIPA, the state secret shield for evidence, fights without more leaks. There is a 60 to 80% chance, high odds, that he will do the plea bargain play. Talks heat up fast. Could there be drops to misdemeanors? Likely 1 to 3 years probation, 100,000 plus fines, lifetime clearance ban, gag on memoirs. Bolton's team is screaming witch hunt, as they always do. No admission of guilt, though, if he does that. There's a 20 to 40% chance, and this is, again, these are just, I'm not a big fan of odds, but these are just likelihoods. I want to be very fair and objective. I've looked at a lot of the precedents. I've looked at the landscape. I've looked at his personal record. This is just best estimation based on the information available now. Anything is due and subject to change. This is a blue turf. This is something you have to consider. Maryland jury hears raid halls, emails, hack logs. The defense is going to call this a political hit job. Prosecution will say intent plus exposure equals guilty. There's a 70% conviction odds per analyst. Sentence guidelines suggest 24 to 60 months total, factoring age and health, but judge could shave to home confinement. Appeals drag to 2028, citing bias. There'll be a ton of appeals no matter what happens. And the fact that he does have a clean record, and the fact that, again, in a blue turf, and there is a little bit of a wild card. We do now know that the judge who has been handed this case already is a very, very heavy Biden-appointed blue judge. So that does not deem well. Wild cards and ripples. If the plea flops, civil suits from Intel community loom, chills ex-officials' books, amps deep state wars, Dems cry vengeance, MAGA toasts. For Bolton, speaking fees tank, mustache memes multiply. And nationally, a reminder, secrets aren't souvenirs. The indictment isn't vengeance, folks. It's a validation of rules for the ruled. What Bolton's saying? Stalin's secret police. The courts decide. Share widely, everybody. History is watching. So if you want a copy of my full breakdown, there it is right there. If you want a copy of my full breakdown, again, the link is in the comments, and it's also in the description down below. But what I think is probably more than likely, also the indictment is online free. You can find that everywhere. What I think is very likely to happen, I can't wait to get your comments on this. Espionage is very, very big. He knows he's guilty. The world knows he's guilty. The courts need to prove that, and it sounds like they've got a ton of evidence to prove that. I mean, bringing in the 1917 Espionage Act, they have documentation, they've got records, emails, texts, leaked docs, etc. He's going to do everything he can to avoid jail time. He's done as far as having any relevance. Is he going to see jail time? I am going to put that at very highly doubtful. But probation, completely stripped of every molecule of relevance. He will never, ever step near a stage, a university, a network. Well, CNN and MSNBC, they're desperate for views. They might have him on. But he's finished. His relevancy, his credibility is done. He will be stamped a traitor, act of sedition for the rest of his miserable life, however long that lasts. 76 is no young pup. But I would love to get your thoughts on this as well. Thank you, Jim Barron, for the huge Professor Nez membership. And look at this. Let's all give a round of applause. This is just absolutely fantastic. I mean, the best mod, one of the best mods of all time. Everybody give it up for Jim Barron, member for 19 months. We love you, brother Jim. You're amazing, man. You are just one of the best of all time. Speaking of the best mods of all business, Laura Tilford, it's great to see you. Lala, I love you so much. She is amazing. OG. Thank you, Jim Barron. Jim Barron with the $2 super chat. Nez, you have a light glare on your face. Yeah, I know. It's okay. Who cares? Joyce, great to see you. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Watching your brilliant analysis from Port St. Lucia in Florida. It's so great to see you, Joyce. Thank you so much for being here. And Joyce has been a member for 1 month. Love it. Ronnie from Tennessee, it's great to have you, Joyce. I believe, thank you for the $5 super chat. I believe President Trump is fixing America. I think President Trump fixing America is his revenge. You know, he said this. He said that, thank you for holding down Rumble too, Ronnie. He said that success was going to bring the country back. That's exactly what he said he was going to do. He said success is going to bring the country back. And I think that's absolutely amazing. I think it's important to discuss, you know, a lot of the talk from experts is that I think it's important to mention this. Aside from what I think, a lot of experts think that Bolton is finished, that these are the most serious offenses that you can muster. And so I think it's going to be really, really interesting to see what happens. I can't wait to get your comments on this. Please leave a comment down below. If you love America, tap that thumbs up. Happy Friday, October 17th. If you're watching this live, if you're watching this in the replay, we love you. Thank you so much. Give me a capital TR in the comments for Team Replay. And this is the only place you need to be, y'all. If you want to make sure you never miss anything, we have a newsletter, okay? We have a newsletter in the pinned comment. This is our free newsletter. It's absolutely free. Sign up for that. It takes you 2 seconds. We don't spam. I don't share your email. I don't sell it to any third party. That's not the Nez Nation way. We don't do that here. But sign up for our free newsletter so you never, ever, ever miss out on brand new live stream giveaways, videos, breaking news that the woke propagandist media never shares with you. I love you guys so, so much. As always, may God bless you and may God bless the USA and all who